Hi, I use Sennheiser and Audio-Technica wireless microphones for my client videos, but I also have the much cheaper MOVO LV1, Boya BY M1 and Vidpro XML lavalier condenser microphones, which I use for YouTube. The strange thing is that they all look astonishingly similar, so are they the same microphone? I'll explain, and if you watch to the end, I'll show you how it's possible to record with these mics even if there's no battery in the microphone. Except for the branding, the Boya BY M1, MOVO LV1 and Vidpro XML lavalier condenser microphones all look the same. Here you can see even the packaging text and mic specifications are the same, at least for the MOVO and Boya microphones. They function in the same way, and at least to my ear, they sound the same. For me, they seem to be the same microphone, but with different branding. Now that's okay, you find that with some products, no one's trying to fool you. Now, what about the Vidpro XML? Well, this one's interesting. I don't even have to look at the microphone because the online listing for the Boya BY M1 states that the microphone in the box is the Vidpro XML wired lavalier microphone. Therefore, the Vidpro XML is the Boya BY M1, which looks and sounds like the MOVO LV1. So, as far as I can tell, they are the same microphone, but with different branding. Therefore, I can use any of these to demonstrate how they all work. But before we see how the microphone functions, let's see what comes in the box. Well, first of all, you get the microphone itself with 20 foot of cable, a alkaline LR44 button battery, microphone clip, a foam windshield, and a 3.5mm to 1/4" plug adapter and an operating manual. Now there is a slight difference between these because when I bought my MOVO LV1 it also came with a Y splitter for headphone monitoring on smartphones. However, the latest online listings don't mention the splitter anymore, which I assume is because most smartphones no longer have a headphone socket. As we know, the microphone itself is wired with a 20-foot cable, 5 foot of cable from the omnidirectional microphone capsule to the battery compartment, which also has a control switch on it. Then 15 foot of cable ending in a 4-pole or TRRS 3.5mm jack. The cable is thin, but because it's so long, I find it easily gets tangled up. The mic capsule, it snaps into the mic clip holder. Be careful here because the sprung part is metal, but the holder is plastic, and I managed to snap one of the plastic legs. It's not really a big deal since I managed to get a replacement online fairly easily. I got a pack of 5 off eBay. The jack plug is a 4-pole smartphone type. However, the switch on the battery compartment reconfigures the connection so it can function as a standard 3-pole jack, making it compatible with cameras, camcorders and audio recorders. The microphone itself takes a single 1.5 volt LR44 alkaline button cell battery, allowing it to be self-powered. But if your recording device can provide plug-in power, you can leave the battery compartment empty. More on that later. To fit the battery, unscrew the end with the logo 7 times and then just slide the top off. The positive contact is on the side closest to the bit that you just slid off, and the negative terminal is on the side closest to the sliding switch. Battery fitting and removal can be a little tricky. I found inserting the battery at a slight angle to the spring works well. Once you're done, then just slide the metal cover back into place and screw it up. The MOVO, Boya and Vidpro mics, these are designed to work with both smartphones and standard cameras and recorders. With smartphones that have a headphone socket, plug the microphone jack into that socket. On more recent phones, you'll need a headphone adapter. If one wasn't included with your phone, I'll include a link in the description to a page where I've got links to headphone adapters for iPhones and Android phones. Now that you've got a headphone adapter, insert it into the phone and then plug the microphone jack into the other end of the adapter. Next, make sure the switch on the battery compartment of the mic is in the off-stroke smartphone position. Although the mic does need power, the smartphone will supply it. You're now ready to record with the phone's camera app or an audio recording app on your phone. The microphone audio should record as dual mono, or the same mono signal on both left and right channels. To record with a camera, camcorder or other recording device that uses a standard 3.5mm 3-pole jack, insert the mic's jack into the recorder's mic input. Then move the switch on the microphone to the camera position. This will switch the battery power on and reconfigure the connections on the jack from 4-pole to 3-pole. Finally, press the record button on your device. The audio will again be dual mono. As I promised at the start of this video, here's how you can record with these mics even if there's no battery in the battery compartment. This can be really useful because these microphones don't have a battery status indicator, so there's no way of knowing when you'll need to replace the battery until it fails, and that could be in the middle of a recording. Now, condenser microphones, and these are condenser mics, they do need power to operate, so if there's no battery in the mic's battery compartment, the power needs to be supplied by your recorder. If your device can supply power, it's usually called plug-in power, and you'll need to make sure it's turned on. On this Zoom H4n, that's done in the menu settings. You'll also need a simple adapter, a female TRRS to male TRS adapter. You could also use a headset Y splitter with TRRS female socket going into 2 male TRS jacks. The trouble with the Y splitter is that the audio may end up recording on one channel only. With the TRRS to TRS adapter, you shouldn't have that problem. With plug-in power activated on your recorder, insert the adapter into your recorder's mic input socket, then insert the microphone's jack into the adapter. Next, make sure the slider switch on the microphone is set to the off-stroke smartphone position. This bypasses the battery and keeps the jack configuration as a TRRS jack. Finally, start recording on your device. The audio should record as dual mono. That's it, and I hope you found this useful. Please like, share and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. It helps me make more. And to make sure you don't miss any new videos, hit that notification bell. I wish you well and look forward to seeing you again next time.